Hi, welcome back to Shawnee Hills. Today I want to do a quick video on the best modification for improving your off-road ability. Now, I think everybody in the 4x4 and off-roading community will agree that the best thing you can do before you go on a trail is to deflate your tires. Now, there might be some arguments over the exact pressure and things like that, but everybody will agree that deflating your tires is the best thing you can do to improve your off-road ability. So before you do anything else, make sure you're doing that. Up until now, what I've been doing is using a tire chuck and a pressure gauge and constantly, deflating a little and checking, deflating a little and checking. And honestly, it takes probably about 30 minutes total from all four tires. And the older I get, the harder it is to be down on my knees for that amount of time. And then when I got off the trail, I would use a little 12-volt Walmart special pump that probably took 30 minutes or longer to air them back up. And I would just air them up enough to get them to a gas station where I could air them up to full pressure. Well, today I want to talk about two things. This is a Boulder Tools Pro Tire Deflator Kit. I got this off Amazon for $20. I'll leave a link to it in the description if it's something you're interested in. And basically, it comes with a pressure gauge, and it also comes with these little things right here. Now what these are little valves that will deflate your tire, and it has a spring in there that you can set to a certain PSI. And there's four of them, so you can twist them all four on at the same time, let them deflate, and then take them off when they're done. You shouldn't need the pressure gauge unless you just want to double check your tires, but this is good during the setup process when you're dialing these in. I also purchased this 12-volt high volume air compressor from Harbor Freight. So it should fill up the tires in a lot less time. I'm going to check it out and see how that works as well. So the first thing you need to do is decide what pressure you're going to go down to. Now I'm going to set these for between 14 and 15 psi. I may go down to 12. I'm going to look at the tire once I get there. So for the first time, you just want to use something to deflate the tire and a pressure gauge to get it to the pressure that you want. Alright, so now I'm between 13 and 14 psi. And this is typically the process I would go through, is to each tire go down and keep checking and try to get them as close as possible. So now what I want to do is with this one tire, set all four of these. So what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to screw these all the way tight. So I'm going to screw them every one tight. And then you'll put each one on the tire stem and then slowly back it off until you hear air coming out, and then you're going to stop it right there, turn it back clockwise just a hair, and then turn the lock ring on against it. And so now you'll know it'll be set at the PSI this tire currently is at. Alright. So you see I got it right till the air came out, and then I quickly turned it back about a half turn clockwise, and now it's set. Then after you turn it back counterclockwise, or turn it back clockwise to get the airflow to stop, there's a little locking ring that you just tighten up against it so it stays in that configuration. Now one complaint these have is how long it takes to deflate the tire with them, but you can do them all four at once, and once you screw them on you just walk away. So I don't know why that's an issue. It's all in all, I think it will still be quicker. Alright, I've got all four of them dialed in right now, so I'm going to take one of them and put it on the back tire and let it air down and see how it does. Alright, so the air stopped coming out, and I would say this probably did take 2 or 3 times longer than doing it by the tire individually. But the fact that you could do all four at once, I still think it would be less time overall, and you don't have to be standing there doing it. You can be doing something else during that 20 minutes, time span. So let's see what the pressure comes out to be. Spot on. So in my opinion, this is the best 20 bucks you can spend for going off-road. I'm going to put these in my glove box, and that's where they're going to live. And I see myself using these a lot in the future, and I believe it's going to save a whole lot of time. I'll put a link in the description, and I'll tag a comment with the link if you want to pick up your own. Like I said, I think they were like $21. The price changes, so definitely shop around, but I'll put a link there so you can take a look at it. I was going to go ahead and do the video on the air compressor as part of this, but for just trying to keep this video short, I'll break that into a separate video.
Did you make it short?